So today's video is going to be just a little bit chill and relax, okay? So grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab whatever. If you guys are new here, welcome. Subscribe, girl, subscribe. My name is Adrienne from Witness Through Fitness, and on my channel we talk about all things health. We talk about all things wealth. And so in today's video, I'm actually going to be updating you guys on my personal diagnosis and an update on where things are at. And I know I haven't been talking much about health on this channel. I kind of been moving in the finance direction, but I want to bring the health stuff back, right? I don't know if you guys miss it, but I miss it because it's a part of who I am. Really, really passionate about that. So, but I feel like I got to pick up where I left off, right? And so where I left off was right before we moved from Virginia. I told you guys that I had gotten diagnosed with pre-diabetes. June 18th, I go to the doctor and I don't remember why I went in. I think I went in just like for my, like a regular annual checkup or something. And so of course they do your vitals and the yada, yada, yada. Well, long story short, they ended up coming back. The paperwork, I didn't even see the paperwork. They sent me like 2 or 3 copies of the same thing. It said that my A1C levels were in the pre-diabetic range. I can't remember what the exact numbers were, but it doesn't even matter. Like, it didn't even matter. The fact that I was in the pre-diabetic range meant that I had literally been diagnosed with pre-diabetes. I mean, I took it really hard initially. I took it really, really hard because I feel like I make conscious choices. I make wise decisions. And I was just like starstruck, or like, I don't know. I just was like, not me. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like in disbelief. But I said, at the same time, I said, you know what? I take that as a warning sign and I'll do more, right? Falling into old habits and things. It's really easy to do. And so what I didn't do was beat myself up about it. But what I did do was make some additional changes. But I just kind of did that behind the scenes, on my own terms a little bit. I didn't really feel like I had much direction. So that's kind of why you didn't see much about that on this channel. And then we were settling into a new place and things were just all over the place and everywhere. So I just didn't really feel like I had a rhythm. My husband and I made appointments to go get registered, fill out all the paperwork, the initial, all that stuff whenever you first go. And so whenever I went to the doctor, they did all the tests. They ran blood. They did all the things. 2 weeks later, my appointment came. And at this point, the appointment was probably like a month ago. Like, it's been a while. But again, trying to just get into a rhythm and just all the things like New Year, funeral. I mean, just everything. So we finally got into, see the doctor, and long story short, she basically ran all the tests. I sat with her for an hour. She asked me all the questions, yada, yada, yada. This lady, doctor, nurse lady says, you do not have it. Whatever you did, keep doing it because your numbers are exceptional. Y'all, what a sigh of relief that was. I mean, I just can't even put it into words. I'm just like, thank you, Lord. Okay. I wasn't even that strict on myself. I felt like maybe it would still be bordering, but I hadn't been doing a whole lot of sweets. I just hadn't been doing a whole lot of healthy foods or healthy selections, but still I was like, whenever she said that, y'all, I was just like relieved, excited, happy. But I will tell you this other thing. Deep down inside of me, I'll be completely honest and transparent. I told my mom this. I really believe I didn't fast like I was supposed to the morning of the appointment because I drink coffee every morning like second nature almost. And if I didn't or don't remember that I have an appointment, I'm not going to skip out on my coffee unless I'm actually fasting, like spiritually fasting. And so I believe that I may have had a cup of coffee that morning. I just believe, but I take it for what she gave. I take it for what she said. She said, and then she even said, I'm actually deleting this out like it was never even here. And I'm just like, yes, yes, and yes. Okay. It could have went so many different ways. If you said a prayer for me, or if you thought about it, or, you know, if it crossed your mind, like, I wonder how that's going for her. Thank you so much. I receive it. God has answered us, and we are able to move forward. So I figured I would just kind of toss in my fitness challenges, or things that I'm like currently working on or working toward in my fitness journey, and kind of like start there so that you guys kind of know like what's to come, or what I'm personally working on, and some goals that I'm setting for myself. And so I'm keeping it very open. I'm not being super restrictive with myself, but I am trying to establish or reestablish new habits, or build off of the old ones that I have established, because the old saying goes, knowledge is power, but I disagree with that. And I think that the application of knowledge is power, because to have knowledge does nothing for you unless you use it and apply it. So I like to say the application of knowledge is power. And so the knowledge that I have about the health industry, the knowledge that I have about food, about corporations, about big business, about big pharma, all of this stuff does no good if I'm not using it. And I can't say that I've been doing my best in the last, couple of months. I think that I had maybe a case of like the winter blues or something. I'm not sure. Like, is that even like a real thing? Did I just make that up, or is that like a real thing? Because I really think that I had like this, it wasn't depression. It wasn't that at all, but it was more on the lines of like a serious lack of motivation. Like, I just didn't want to, the cold, moving to a new place, already having to chase my toddler around, his immune system with the weather changes. I mean, it was literally 80 degrees on Christmas, and the 2 weeks later it was in the 30s, and it's just insane. And it's been like that for the last 2 months. So it's been taxing mentally. It's been taxing. I'm like, at least in Virginia, we knew what to expect. But here, it's just unpredictable all the time. Literally last week, there was a tornado in Round Rock, which is 35 minutes from us. And then there was a hailstorm in Dallas, which is 2 hours from us. And I'm just like, what? Like, needless to say, your girl was not consistent with the workouts. But all of that is behind us, because 1, the weather is warming up. 2, the summer is coming. And so we're trying to get it together, okay? We're trying to get back on our bandwagon. I think I've gotten comfortable in the house. As far as like the kitchen, the routine, just the layout of the home, you know how it is. Maybe if you do, if you don't, if you've ever lived on your own, or if you've it just takes it's an adjustment period. So, my fitness goals, are really light, not a whole lot. I do not have a gym membership, and I'm not planning on getting one, at least through this year. We spent/wasted so much money last year on a gym membership. I haven't been consistent at home in this season. I'm not going to get a gym membership. And then on top of that, even whenever we did start walking, before we moved, we had our gym membership, but we were still just using the neighborhood walks. I was going on walks 2 times a day, some days, many days, and the gym membership was just sitting there. So I'm gonna do that same thing again here. I do plan on getting me some new shoes, so you guys might see that coming up soon. Well, I don't know about soon, but eventually, like before the season is over, I'm gonna get me some new shoes. And then I also want to run a 5K, y'all. I have not run a 5K in a couple of years, and I miss them. I just really, whenever I was in the Air Force, you guys, I worked at the fitness center, and we used to put on a monthly fun run. Well, since I've been out, I mean, they have the monthly fun runs. Obviously, they're not free like the military ones were, but they have different 5Ks and turkey trots and all these runs around here that are good for good causes, or just meet your community and network, all kinds of reasons. And so I really want to run a 5K. So I think before the season is out, I'm going to set my sights to run a 5K. Now, I know I could get out there and just run the 5K. I'm not that out of shape, even though it might sting a little bit, but the run is only 30 minutes on average, right? So 30 to 45 minutes is not a big deal. I also would love to do like one of the obstacle courses, but I'm thinking that might be closer to like the end of the year, maybe the fall. If not this year, then definitely next year. Those are things you kind of have to plan for financially and then like geographically, because where I live, they don't really host that kind of stuff. I have to go to Austin. I have to go to Plano, which is 3 hours west. Dallas, which is 2 hours north. You know, just different things like that. So if you guys know of any runs in Texas, in the Central Texas area, y'all let your girl know, because I am wanting to run a 5K. That is kind of a nutshell of what is going on with me fitness wise. So you guys are going to start seeing a little bit more health content back on the channel. I'm excited for that. Y'all know me, I loves me some health content. I love teaching y'all, showing y'all different recipes, or teaching y'all different like ways and tricks and stuff like that. So enjoy the content. Let me know if there's any video topics that you want to see that I don't mention or that I don't produce, or if I've talked to you in the past and I haven't produced your video, message me again, please. Message me again, please. Charge it to my head and not my heart and message me again. So I have so much content to catch up on, or just really just move forward. I'm not even going to say I'm behind, but we're just moving forward and we're going to start making this thing happen. So you're going to see a lot more from me on the health tip and the wealth tip. So if that encourages you, then feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.